Hello, Internet. Hope you're doing well. Being as I just bought my dream car, which was a 2016 Mustang GT Convertible Performance Pack, maybe I'm not dreaming big enough. But I thought I would share some of my thoughts about the car and what I think you should be looking for if you're shopping around at one of these older used Mustangs. So, let's go. So my particular car is shadow black exterior with a red interior, which is a little ridiculous. I absolutely love the color combination, although I really didn't want a black car. I did want a car with a dark exterior color. In 8 years of owning an Ecoboost Mustang, I actually, knock on wood, never got a ticket, and I think what definitely helped was that the car's exterior color was what Ford called as Guard, which was basically green. It was basically the Bullet Mustang color from the Steve McQueen movie. So was definitely looking for a darker colored car to help avoid tickets, but wanted something that had a fun color inside. And your choices are boring old black, what they call as saddle, which is basically a dark red. That's what my Ecoboost Mustang had. You've got something that they call ceramic, which is kind of like an off-white, and then this red line, bright red color interior. So that's what my car is. It's a black on basically bright red interior. My car also is a convertible, and it's a performance pack car. So what do you get with this performance pack? You get a lot, actually, and a lot of reviewers that I've watched online don't even list everything that you get. They just didn't know, I guess, and the information is a little hard to track down. So I did manage to find like the official Ford press material for it. Now what I love about the performance pack is with that K-member brace and the strut tower brace, it does help fight a little bit of the sort of chassis shake that you get. You cut the top off the car, it's gonna ruin a lot of the structural rigidity. Yes, they add extra stuff under the car to help fight it, but like it's never gonna be as stiff as the coupe. The performance pack really is overkill for this car. There's way more performance and grip, especially when the summer tires are on it, than you could ever take advantage of on the actual road. But Mustangs are heavy. They just are, and with that big Coyote V8 up front, the performance pack really makes a big difference in making sure you've got enough braking power especially. The 6-piston Brembos are a huge upgrade over what you would get with just the stock brakes. So let's talk about the good. The first thing is that Coyote V8. My car still has the stock exhaust on it, but damn, it sounds so nice. Going from the Ecoboost with its fake piped in engine noises to the actual rumble of a V8, yeah, the Coyote is a great engine, sounds incredible, like just absolutely love. Every time you get in the car, it's special. The next good is actually really surprising to me, but if you're looking convertible versus hardtop and you're going back and forth, you should definitely go with the convertible. It solves a couple problems that the car has. So the way the B-pillars are on these cars, on the coupes, when you roll the windows down, the buffeting or buffering or wind noise is absolutely horrible. You really can't drive with the windows down past like 35 mile an hour. So in the 8 years that I had my Ecoboost, I was basically in a hermetically sealed box all the time. Windows were always up. With the convertible, having the rear windows be able to go down changes that shape, so now it's more like a diamond going into the wind. Yeah, it's the way to go. The convertible really solves that problem, so now I can drive with the windows down even if I'm not putting the top down. Add to that, you can then put the top down, which makes it such a special experience. The reality of it is, with the exception of like a GT350, maybe a Dark Horse, maybe the Mach 1s, you know, Mustangs, especially GTs, are, when it comes to performance, they're crash it leaving cars and coffee. They're not this like fine-tuned machine. I also find the build quality of the interior to be passable. It is not Mercedes nice, obviously, but it's also not rental car, especially if you get the premium trim level. Having the heated and cooled seats are amazing. The infotainment center is a little bit behind, but it is possible to update it and have Apple CarPlay, so especially to use the Maps app to help you get around. It helps keep the infotainment center experience a little bit closer to modern, even though it's going on 10 years old now. I also think they absolutely crushed it in terms of styling. I think the OG S550 is without a doubt the best looking Mustang that there's ever been. I think the refresh ruined it. I think the S650 has tried to fix it and then ruined the rear end and ruined the interior. So the S550, the OG's, in my opinion, styling is like perfect. The way that they brought together the sort of like airplane theme, right? It's called a Mustang because it's named after a P-51 Mustang, which defeated the Nazis, right? That's why it's got airplane toggles and switches. That's why it says ground speed on it. That's why the front headlights look like nose art from a Curtiss P40. Like, all of those little things tied together as like a history buff, I think are freaking sweet and awesome. So the styling is outstanding. The interior is basically the equivalent of like a Porsche from 2010, which is still 10 years behind the curve, but it's much improved. The Coyote V8 sounds incredible and is always special. Dropping the top, yeah, there's nothing better. Now let's talk about some of the bad, because there is bad. The bad actually is the Coyote as well. It's both a good thing and a bad thing. So it is not a torquey engine. I had read this and seen a bunch of reviewers talking about how the engine is not a torquey engine, and not that I want it to be like an LS, but I kind of want it to be an LS. Down low, just like telephone to telephone pole, first gear, my Ecoboost honestly almost felt quicker. Going from the Ecoboost, stepping into the GT, I was actually disappointed at first. The thing with the Coyote, and everybody says this, is it's an engine that loves to rev, and it truly does. It's lacking torque down low, which makes it feel less powerful than it actually is, and then as you rev it out, you've now lost control of the tail, and that's why they crash. So, yeah, the Coyote is not a torquey engine. It does not feel down low nearly as fast as it actually is. And now that I get where to keep it in the power band, it's like a ton of fun and I love the engine, but I think, yeah, it's not the torqueyest engine that's out there. The biggest negative though is the Getrag MT82 transmission. The feel of the transmissions is not the best. The amount of sort of slop that's just in the shifter kind of sucks. If you're not planning on modifying the car and getting more power through that transmission, the transmission hopefully will be fine. My plan is to go short throw shifter way sooner than later to help deal with all of that slop. But yeah, the big weakness here on the car is the transmission, without a doubt. I wish that they put the one from the GT350 in it. Unfortunately, they didn't. Ford cut corners here on the transmission. So I definitely think you should consider a used Mustang, but when you're shopping, firstly, obviously make sure it's got a clean Carfax. You don't want a car that's been in a ditch. Take some time and really hunt around. There's plenty of cars out there that have crazy low mileage that you wouldn't expect. My particular car had less than 20,000 miles on it and was only a 2-owner car, and I've seen ones that were even better online. I think you should really take the time to try to find a performance pack car. I think especially on the used market, the bang for buck and what you're getting is like a ton of performance upgrades that you're gonna want anyway. A aftermarket brake upgrade is actually really expensive. The ones that I at least were pricing out and seeing on like CJ's Pony Parts were like the better part of $3 grand. And the performance pack was a $2,500 option when the car was new anyway. You want the bigger brakes. having staggered factory wheels is freaking sweet, and all the other goodies that you get, it's just like a ton of stuff that you then don't have to do. Being as on the used market, the prices really come down on these. Basically, somebody else is paying for all of this stuff that you're just gonna get. So my recommendation would be look for a performance pack car, and if you're considering a convertible, don't be scared of it. Being able to roll down those rear windows really does get rid of all of the wind noise. So, hope you liked the video. This normally isn't what I do. I'm a musician. That's all the shreddy guitar stuff in the middle. So if you liked my deal and the music and the playing and all that kind of stuff, yeah, give the video a like and subscribe. Let me know down below either what you're looking at, what you got, or what your experiences have been. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Woo!